Hey, good evening, guys. I thought I'd do a little presentation here on my new Procomp S4 cube lights that I installed on my 2013 Jeep Wrangler. I picked these up on four-wheel parts for 140 bucks. That also included a bracket. However, I'll explain later how I mistakenly ordered the wrong ones and had to order a set of brackets from Amazon. I chose these because of the some of the features that are on them, as you can see here on the box. 50,000 hours of LED life. They're shockproof, waterproof, and UV shielded. They also got a lot of good reviews. A lot of people have given them positive remarks. Plus, they're the optimal type of lights I'm looking for to mount in the locations where I wanted to put them, which is on the windshield risers. But as you can see, these are the brackets that came with it. These are the wrong ones. These were for a Jeep TJ, and I did not see that listed anywhere on the website when I ordered them from Four Wheel Parts. So Four Wheel Parts, you need to clear up some of your website information there and make sure people know that these are the brackets that you need. Again, I got these from Amazon. They were $20 from Auto E-Grills, and they just bolt right onto the pillar. And you can see there's a foam backing that comes with it, and the lights just mount directly up to the brackets. It's very clean, and they look like they're high quality brackets. So anyway, basically what I did when I first started this install, because it came with the wire loom as well, and switch. So I took a photograph of the switch and the way the wiring was. The white wire, as you can see, is all the way over here on the far left where that little arrow is up in the top part of the plastic, and I used that as a rule of thumb so I didn't screw up. And secondly, I had to find out where I wanted to route the wires through to get into the passenger compartment. The easiest place is there is a little hole right here when you remove the side panel from your interior side of the Jeep that has some foam fill in it. Poke out the foam fill and detach the switch, run the wire loom through there, and then reattach the switch on the other side. It's actually pretty easy. As you can see, this is where I mounted the switch. I simply drilled out a hole and dremeled it out a little bit to make sure that it fit properly. That's where it goes in. Flip it on. Lights come on, and the indicator light comes on, and then you turn them off, and good to go. So as you can see, there's the spots. I ordered the spotlights, not the floodlights. I'd heard information that if you mount floods onto the locations where I have them, you get a lot of hood reflection, and it could blind you. But as you can see, this is a very clean install. I routed the wiring down through that area and into the cowling, run it across the cowling and into the engine compartment. And basically, once everything's completed, the light stays off until you flip it on. And this is an idea of what you're looking at here with the spotlights. Very little hood reflection. Don't even notice it when you're inside of the vehicle. But some very distinct lights directly ahead of you, which can be aimed in either direction. These are some good quality lights, and they look really good on the Jeep. And what you can do is once you get them up and running, I turned on my headlights and fog lights to see where would be some spots that I needed to illuminate. And as you can see, I got them up a little higher to illuminate part of the trail at night. And that's what they look like at night. Okay, so I'm going to help you out a little bit with some of the wiring. This was pretty self-explanatory. Procomp provides a kit with their lights, as you can see here. It comes with the lights, the connectors already attached to the lights, some rubber bases that provide some cushion when you mount them to the windshield brackets. The two brackets you see in the picture attached to the lights themselves, and they provide the mounting surface that goes onto the bracket itself, as well as all the mounting hardware. 2 Allen screws and some nuts to attach the brackets to the lights, and then the main bolt, through bolt that goes through the bottom of the bracket on the lights to the base of the bracket that you use for your mounting point. So the wiring harness is actually pretty decent. They definitely provide you with more line than you will need. So that way, if you intend to run some lights from the back of your Jeep all the way through the passenger compartment and into the engine compartment, you'll have plenty of wire to do this. The only drawback with them doing that is you have an abundant amount that you have to try to hide and secrete once you get done installing them on just a normal install like I did with the front of the Jeep. So any lights that are in the front of the Jeep, be prepared to deal with a lot of extra wiring, and the loom is pretty bulky, so you got to strip it down to certain parts of the Jeep where it's not going to get in the way or rattle around too much. As far as the wiring diagram I posted here goes, the colors are different with the Procomp kit. So if you look at this, you'll see it has a brown, red, and yellow wire. Well, in this case, it's simply going to be the white, blue, and black wire. And again, if you follow the instructions that I showed you at the beginning, take a photo of the switch the way the harness comes in the box, you'll never go wrong with it. So it doesn't really matter. Of course, the thing that is consistent is the black and the red wire that you'll utilize to hook up directly to the battery. The only thing that's missing in this diagram is the relay. So essentially what you've got is the switch going into the relay that goes into the split connectors there where you plug directly into the lights, as you can see at the top, and then a fuse, an inline fuse right by the battery connections. The relay is something you can tuck away. I did it right next to my battery and zip tied it to the little area over there where it's not going to rattle around much. It doesn't need to be grounded or nothing like that. And I attach the battery cables directly to the fuses. So you plug the lights in, run the wire across the cowling towards the battery, find a spot for the relay, attach that, and then go ahead and attach your battery connectors, and then your switch should already be pre-wired, and that should run alongside of all those. And it shouldn't be that difficult. There was a slight learning curve with mine as far as getting the switch into the passenger compartment, but once I resolved that issue, it was pretty smooth sailing otherwise. And again, trying to find a spot for all the extra stuff on the harness to hide that and keep it in the engine compartment neatly, so it didn't look like it was a complete and utter like a bomb went off in there. All right. Anyway, it shouldn't be that difficult as far as that connection goes. You should be good to go there, especially if you use the wiring harness that they supply. And that's it. All right. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Bye.